When I took office in 2012, Magnolia Ridge was sort of the start of the recent phases of our levee construction and the levee updates and pump stations. Since 2012, we have broken ground on at least 3 major reaches of the levee and maybe 1 or 2 lifts. So to see the progress pretty much from one end of the parish on the west bank to the other is really impressive.
To see it firsthand makes all the difference in the world, because other than that, you're just looking at photographs, lines on a piece of paper.
The tour I just came off of was very impressive. And St. Charles Parish is one of the only parishes that's in the process of building levees, building pump stations, and trying to protect both business and industry and residents as well.
The most descriptive term would be eye-opening. I heard a few comments that you really can't believe the structure that is here in a short period of time except to see it, to visualize it. And I mean, most of us are visual people. So in order to see the massive amount of work that's done, the size of these pump stations, the infrastructure that's been installed with these pump stations, and even the technology that we have in these pump stations hooked to our telemetry system where we're monitoring canal levels, rainfall, wind speed, being able to look at all those variables. It is the best of the best.
Today's tour of the hurricane protection levees was honestly one of the best tours I've done in quite some time, and I think the reason is we have not seen progress in a major public works project like this, not only in St. Charles Parish, but I would say probably across the state. We all know that this has been a Herculean effort to get the permitting, the funding needed for these levees. But now we see that there's actual protection. People can feel better in a storm situation knowing that there's actually a levee between them and the water, and that's not important just for them, it's important for us as industry and businesses. It's important for all members of the community.
Absolutely. Today was my first tour that I've ever done of the levees and drainage system, and wow, I'm just so impressed. You know, I've always known growing up here and living here that we had a special community, but you know, today to see all of the different components come together to work toward protecting us and for our quality of life, it was really special.
The folks here in St. Charles Parish have taken the initiative to tax themselves, to protect themselves from not only storm surge, but rain events as well.
Had the parish waited to get federal funds or even state funds to start these projects, we would be in dire straits because we would be so far behind the 8 ball. But because the millage passed, they got their permits in order, and they started construction, we are way ahead of the game, and hopefully this will continue till everything's in place.
People need to see what they're getting for their investment. This is a project that is going to become part of our parish infrastructure. We'll be taking care of it from this point forward. There'll be levee lifts, there'll be upgrades coming. Some of those things the parish can't afford on itself individually. We will need partnership from the levee boards and state and federal government. So to show where we're at, the type of infrastructure that's in place, and the investment that we've made locally here, even without support initially from state and federal governments, You know, it's a testament to what the people here are willing to take upon themselves in order to lead the way for other parishes even to emulate what we're doing here.
I think that businesses are always wanting to partner with government, but it's government's responsibility to paint a picture that that investment that comes from business is valued, and that the money from those investments is used efficiently and on the appropriate priorities. Hurricane protection of St. Charles Parish may be I think is probably the highest priority of any project going on here. We have seen millage increases, which has given increased funding, but with increased funding has come increased return on investment. We have spent money, we've seen a return. I think that means business will be willing to be a partner for the foreseeable future.
To see the amount of infrastructure that is already in place is so important to our parish, not only to our residents, but to our businesses as well.
We're very safe now at this point. We can flood fight, so the people should be proud of the work that's been done here.